you can hear, but we can't. Okay.
Can't
hear anything.
Man, I don't know.
It's like fix one problem, get another one. All right. Man.
Oh, I can hear people.
Yeah, what just happened?
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
wait, so we're all good?
I'm afraid to put my headphones back in. Should I try? I'm going to try.
I'm good.
I just left and rejoined. And
maybe that was... Yeah.
Okay, can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew, all right.
We did it.
Sweet.
Holy moly.
Great teamwork. Woo!
Okay.
So I can only hear you, though. I can't hear anybody else.
Wait, who can you hear? Who's the only person you can hear, Ryan?
Obviously
Apparently.
not you.
Not me. Dang it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
well,
lucky
you can hear
one.
me. Huh.
That's so weird.
Have him log out like you did and log back in.
Well, he's
Oh
the...
no, but he's the live.
Yeah, don't.
Darn.
Maybe you guys try that. I think it might have been because we had 2 Hangouts open, but I don't know.
Okay.
Just try it real fast. And then
Wait, what's the link to this? Wait,
this same link that's in the box
Just
right now. The long one.
the URL?
Yeah. Sorry. I guess I could have
Okay.
said URL.
All right, I'm going to get out and get back in.
Cool.
Okay, I'll be back.
They're going to leave and see when they come back if it works.
Okay.
They really make you work for this class.
Can you hear me now, Ryan?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I think we're good.
Wait, where did what's her face go?
I think she's doing the same thing.
Oh, okay.
So can you guys hear me or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sweet.
Oh.
Hour later.
Seriously.
Not millennial.
God.
That's too funny. It took us that long. I'm not telling anyone that story.
We're all online students too. Oh boy.
Seriously.
It's Canvas's fault.
Yeah.
There she is.
Yay.
Okay. Is it all good now?
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Sweet. Okay.
All right. So
Let's get this
now that we're here,
Yeah.
what do we start with?
Do we want to just do the agenda that we kind of put together and then we can just do the discussion after?
Right.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah. So I guess I'll go. My name's Greg Kaufman. You guys just call me Greg. It doesn't be Gregory, but Greg. I don't know. I'm a realtor, so I'm pretty shameless. I won't say that's a special talent. I enjoy playing drums on my off time. I play a lot of music. I'm double jointed, so I do this a lot with my hands. I don't know if that's the thing.
What in the world?
With my, fingers sometimes. It's all good. I was born in Jacksonville, Florida. I was the firstborn American. My parents are from Russia. And we moved like 8 months right after I was born. So I've been in California.
Wow.
So, and then 3 things that make me happy. Sushi, ska music, and rom-coms. I'm a big rom-com guy. Yeah, I love coming of age movies and I love rom-coms. So yeah, I could rewatch Sweet Home Alabama or Love Actually like 100 times. Am I enjoying time at 10? Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I like setting my own times here. It's like being a real estate agent. I have to self-motivate to do online classes. So good practice.
That's cool. That was a lot better than I feel like mine's gonna be. So
All right. Well, it was nice to get to know you, Greg. I guess since Tyler's not here, I'll start with my introduction here. My name is Chanel, and I don't know though what I have as a special talent, but I do like to do hot yoga, so I'm slightly flexible.
Yoga.
And
Is
I
there
do it
water
in
involved?
extremely. What's that?
What is hot yoga?
you've never heard of hot yoga, Greg?
They like
I mean,
do
I've
yoga with the heater on.
Oh, really? It's like when you sweat it out.
Yeah, it's torture.
Frick
Is what
It's
it
like
is.
it gets up to 100 degrees in there while you're doing yoga.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty crazy. I was actually born in Utah, but I live in Southern California in Orange County. And yeah, I also have the rain right now.
Yep.
Wait, do we all three live in Orange County? Wait,
I'm in
Most
Yorba Linda.
of you guys are in Orange County. I think Ryan's over in Tucson, you said?
Yep.
I'm in Santa Margarita. You know where that is?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I totally know where that is.
Yeah. I'm in Agora Hills.
Okay,
Like
a little bit of a drive. Yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah, you're about 20 minutes away from me. What a
That's so funny.
coincidence. Huh. Cool. Well, three things that make me happy is my dog. I definitely love to cook, and I like to socialize. I'm a people person, so I like hanging out with friends and family. Those things make me happy. And I would definitely say I prefer attending ASU online over actual school, which I did for 3 years at a community college, and it didn't work out super well for me. So I am enjoying myself at ASU.
nice.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Okay, so I'm from Yorba Linda, so I don't know if anyone knows where that's at. It's right off the 91 freeway. No talents, but I guess you can say like juggling, working full time, going to school full time. I have 3 kids.
Wow.
That's a talent. in
Yeah,
itself.
that's
That's
a talent.
definitely a special talent.
So like my motto is sleep when you die. Like I never sleep. I do a majority of all my homework. I do it late at night. So I had my last calculus class last semester. I literally probably on average got 4 nights of sleep. I would be up all night until like midnight and then wake up and go to work the next day. So
That's insane.
Gosh.
Don't make having kids sound too exciting now.
Yeah.
it's just like really bad. Like if I'm at the table, like my 3-year-old's like, "Mommy, are you still doing homework?" He's sad. Like he knows, like I'm like glued to the table. But I mean, I enjoy doing it online. It's the same amount as it would to go to Cal State Fullerton. And for like people that aren't from around here, like the colleges are so impacted. Like Fullerton College, forget it.
Mhm.
Like you're just not going to get into the classes that you need.
Yeah.
We have the same problem up here with Northridge.
Exactly. Yeah.
Especially if you want to do finance. Finance
Yep.
all day.
Over.
Yeah. So I have a girlfriend. She is at Cal State Fullerton. She had to wait 2 semesters because there's too many applicants for to get their bachelor's in business admin. So she had to wait to get accepted. So she just kind of stuck at Fullerton College and just took extra classes. So I was like, I'm glad I did this route because I didn't have to deal with all that.
Yeah, she's kind of like in purgatory. It's not her fault to do anything.
Yeah. So
Nice.
that's that.
All right. Well, my name's Brody. My real name's Broderick, but never been by it my entire life. Parents don't even use it, so Brody works. Special talents. I don't really think I have one. I always tell my family I'm above average at everything, but not great at anything. So humble brag.
Dude, when I remember that before, what's this?
I was born here, Southern California. Lived here my whole life. 3 things that make me happy. Probably my dogs, my girlfriend, and I like traveling. Traveling's always fun. Never done anything too crazy, but just random little trips are always cool. And I work at Starbucks full time, and I usually open, so I start at 4 a.m. I don't know if anyone else here works in Starbucks, but
I do.
yep. So I do enjoy ASU. That way, when I'm off at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, I can take a nap and roll out of bed, and I'm in my classroom. So
That's actually pretty
it's a
cool.
lot easier than getting my butt out of bed and then driving back to school and then coming home. So
Yeah.
it works out pretty well.
Nice.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm Ryan. Originally, I'm from Southern California.
It's
Bakersfield,
so funny.
well, if you call Bakersfield Southern. Then I tried school first, the old brick and mortar, and yeah, that didn't go so well. Not disciplined enough, and I ended up joining the military. So that's what has now brought me full circle. Is why I'm down here in Arizona. That's where I'm being assigned right now. So
Very cool.
yeah, special talent, putting up with the military. There's
100%.
I can only imagine.
good news is I can actually see the light at the end of the tunnel for me. So I'm closer to the retirement now. So
That's awesome.
Good for you, man. Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, and it's like I said, it's not all bad, but 3 things that I enjoy. Traveling is very high up there, so that worked out very well. I have been around the world a couple times in every state in the union. So, cooking is next. I love food. Matter of fact, that's the whole reason why I run, is so I can eat whatever I want. And I'd say probably the last one is music. Just time alone, get away from everything and turn on music. It allows me just to relax, refocus. So I'm good there too. ASU, I love it. I would get into online classes, but it's the only way I could complete the degree. I went 4 years at the previous one before I ran out of money and had to join. And 20 years later, I've been able to complete it. Now through ASU and the online, I'm 2 classes away. So
Good for you, man.
That's so awesome.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I'm very happy about that. But
That's sick.
so that's the summation.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, good to meet everybody. Let's see
Yeah.
what else. So we go down into what you put in there, right, Angie?
Yes. So it
On
looks like
discussion.
the qualities making a good leader and what qualities make a poor leader. So I don't know if anyone had a chance to read the full chapters.
Yeah.
I kind of perused through it, but basically, like what the chapters are talking about is the types of leaders there are in leadership. So, and I don't know if you've taken any other communication courses, but I took COM 230. So it's almost like this class is kind of aligning with similarities of what's going on. So the first chapters is kind of talking about how to communicate and what type of leader do you want to be. So it talks about like authoritarian leaders, like a democratic leader, laissez-faire, and how those different types of leaderships and what type of leader do you want to be, and even though you're a follower, you can still show people that you can lead. Has anyone taken any other communication classes besides this one?
Yeah.
So yeah, it just kind of goes more into depth.
Makes sense. I was pulling the book up on.
That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing.
Trying to get a little bit here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's really interesting to see all the different types of leadership styles that there are, and doesn't it go into a little depth on like a good leader versus a poor leader?
Mm-hmm. I think it's like your preference. So like some people like an authoritarian leader, like I want someone to tell me what to do. And Brian, you're probably used to that because you're being in the military. So it's very black and white. There's no gray, very direct.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's very situational as I read the book. You're right. The military is very authoritative, but you get into other ones where it's a small business. Everybody's an expert. That more relaxed, laissez-faire type style, even though that's normally associated with a bad thing.
Yeah.
The situation. I thought the chapter did a very good job of breaking that down when you would do it. And it also, as you were talking about, describe the differences between a good leader and a bad leader with examples actually from modern day, not just past stuff. But, so,
And leader versus managers.
Yes.
the favorite topic.
That was a good
Yeah.
Once you brought up come 2:30, I was like, which one was 2:30? But now it's all kind of coming back to
Yeah.
I think I took 232.
yeah.
Pretty sure.
Anyone else a communications major, or is that right?
I'm business communications major.
mute my-
Right. Basically, that's right. And also, yeah, I only have 2 more classes also after this, so
Why are you
Congrats.
guys rubbing it in?
I finished this semester and I take 2 over summer and I'm done. So
there we go. Nice.
just gonna make it through this semester somehow. I'm stacking like 6 classes, so we'll see.
Holy crap.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
totally
figure it out.
jealous. I have 2 semesters left. 2.5.
Oh, you see
Hey,
the
that's so close. Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
That loan's waiting for me at the end. It's all hurry.
But yeah, I think one of the main qualities of a good leader would be like thorough communication and like kind of like seeing eye to eye type thing, or seeing clearly, like having a clear image. So kind of goes hand in hand, like being able to efficiently communicate with your coworkers and stuff like that to show them that like the clear goal at the end, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because I think
the important aspect also is proof of a good leader. I need to see that you've got some kind of accolades or something like that. It's like there's a reason why you're a manager or something like that. Like I want to see someone that just gets promoted straight to manager. I want to see that the manager cleaned up the bathrooms and did all that perfectly first, and that's what they became to be a leader or something.
like they kind of work their way up instead of just placed there on their pedestal. No, I'm with you, because the reason I'm laughing is because at my Starbucks store, we just got a manager who
That's what I'm thinking.
outside hire, and yeah, brought her in, and she's kind of lost, and then she comes to me for questions, and I'm like, you're the manager. I don't get paid to do this. Like, I'm doing your manager stuff. I'm not getting paid for this. But at the same time, I do think it's like obvious that I need to help her out type thing if we all want to succeed, because it's a team.
Right.
But deep down, you're like, well, should we get more for this?
Well, they got you for some reason, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I can relate to this story because I am a store manager at the Starbucks I work at, and I set that role model, like you were saying. Like, if I'm not willing to get down and clean the bathrooms, then who in my store is?
Right.
And just really setting up expectations for my what we call partners, and making sure that everyone is, the big word I use at my store is supported. So making sure that I'm fully supporting, whatever it is their needs are, if it's time off or even just giving them positive reinforcement at the end of their shift to let them know that they're appreciated. And that's what I do.
I think that's a huge thing for a lot of businesses, is they take pride in shooting people down, but then they never give them acknowledgement when they did something well. If that makes sense.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, it's about communication. As long as I know what they're thinking and want to say and
Exactly.
how they're communicating it to me, we're good.
Exactly.
I think over time too, like for me, I've been working since I was 16, but I've always worked, well, when I turned 18, in like a corporate environment. So I've had pretty much every type of leader. Like I've had, like right now I have like the authoritarian leader. Like she's just like the devil wears Prada. She's she's literally like Anna Wintour. And I'm not used to that, because before I got my position now, I had kind of like a laissez-faire, like, I know you're smart. I know what you're doing. Just get the job done. And, and then prior to that, I've had like the Democratic leader where it's like, let's all work together and I'll do it and I'll help you, blah, blah. So it's just interesting. Like as I get older, I'm reading this, I'm like, oh, that was like Steve, and oh, that's like Lisa. Like it just like, it all comes to fruition, and like, it totally makes sense.
Right. There's a reason they're putting this in the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
So since you've had the experience with those 3 different types of leaders, which one do you think was the worst experience, I should say?
I'd say the one now. So I started this position last week, I knew her temperament and how she was as a leader going in, but I know that in order for me to promote in my company, I have to learn her side of the business. So I look at it as almost strategic, and I know how to kind of like mold myself to fit what she wants to see. So she wants to see teacher's pet, I'm the smartest, follow my lead. So I play that role for her, and I haven't had an issue.
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't been that long, but normally I'm an individual contributor where I kind of do my own thing. I make my day out and what I'm going to work on. And it's like now I have to, she says jump, I jump. And it's just learning to be submissive in the sense of, again, following her lead, because I need to get past this point to go further.
Kind of
And
like
that's
working
just,
on her clock type thing.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So it's more of her individual personality traits than the style, or is it okay?
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah,
She's old school. So I won't say she's older. She told me her son is almost 40. So I'm like doing the math in my head. I'm like, she just comes from a different generation. You know what I mean? So she's not going to ask you how your day is. She says, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
she's just not. She's going to look at her report for the day, and wasn't X, Y, and Z done. So.
See, I think that
bad qualities for a leader are leaders that are maybe too blunt, or you're saying are too.
She would be a really good manager, because I feel like managers kind of oversee a process, whereas like a supervisor leads people. They don't lead a process, right? So my motto is always like, happy employees are productive employees. So when you're constantly just like nitpicking, like, why would you want to work for that person? You don't have, I mean,
that's always my biggest thing with like leaders, and all of my classes I've taken on organizational leadership major is that I feel like when you form positive relationships with your coworkers or partners or whoever it may be, it pays off, because it's more of working for a friend type thing instead of working for your boss, and they're more kind of motivated to do well to see you do well.
Exactly. Yeah. Because if you fail, then I fail type of mentality, because they're essentially like, she's responsible for me. So you should want to be more engaging and whatnot. And, I work for a very, very large company. So, they've invested years and years and years. So, they're not, this is a behavioral issue, not necessarily a performance issue. So corporate America looks at it a little different, but I get it. So that's what I was talking about. I know I have to play the part to get where I need to go.
But see, for someone from like me, I need to feed off someone's energy.
Yeah.
We have different branch managers and everything, and so like, I love my guy's energy, and he's super charismatic, and every morning is like, "How the heck are you?" It's like, it makes me want to go work. But,
yeah, unfortunately, you're just not going to have that type at all times.
Yeah,
the good ones and the bad ones.
Yeah. So, anything else for what makes a poor leader?
Poor leader.
Bad communication.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I would say someone who gets up there and like doesn't end up caring. Like if they don't care,
no empathy.
Then the rest of it all falls apart. I think.
I agree.
I think that would be a quality of a poor leader for sure.
And I think a leader that isn't flexible. Because if you come in with just a certain game plan and then you just stick to your stubbornness, and things are not progressing, come on, change it up.
And then what happens when something goes wrong with your game plan, and then you're toast because you were so stuck to that one?
Exactly.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that several times through my career. Both sides is what you guys were both talking about. You get people that are close to retirement and they just don't care more, and they go off the deep end realistically, and then. Usually it's the young guys that are trying to make rank, trying to get through. They only know a little bit of experience, so it's their way because that worked for them the one time, and they haven't the rest of those. And when it doesn't, because every situation is different, it's not guaranteed to work. They don't know what to do. And if they don't know how to communicate, then they're really screwed. So
Exactly.
to go, yeah, we're going to try this. It's not working. You got the communication going with everybody else and you're getting input and let's work through it versus, I've killed all my communication channel. Now I have no buy-in from my followers. I have nothing else to go. And yeah, bad situation.
Starts a downward spiral.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. What else? Anything else?
Questions?
Real fast. So
I
this is the stuff that's due. We can submit it whenever, obviously, but this is what's
Right.
due the 27th, it says, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. She explains just this one. But the discussion for Module 3 for Chapters 3 and 4 is going to be due on the 27th.
Okay. I just saw that. Okay. Cool. That makes sense.
I was going to say, since we did it, I will, as soon as I figure out how to stop it and publish it, I'll pick up and submit it. And so
Sweet.
I think
Ryan.
yeah, I think this is a thing where as soon as you end it, it'll be like, all right, here's the link to this, or you just go on your YouTube account and it'll be like, here are your past broadcasts.
Don't assume it.
All right. I learned my lesson tonight. I guess you're right. You got me, Greg. All right.
You did? Okay. This is what I got right now.
Dinner at the same time?
Well, I'll check my YouTube live account tomorrow to see if I get the link, and
Right.
so Ryan doesn't have to be the sole live streamer here.
Yeah.
You can take turns getting frustration.
I was going to say, I'm going to have to walk through it again just to make sure. I think it might have been pure luck.
We'll take it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, y'all have a good night.
Yeah.
Nice
Thank you
meeting
so much, guys.
You too. We'll see you guys
Nice meeting all
Tuesday.
of you.
See
Sounds
ya.
good.
Bye.
Yes, okay.
Wait. What was that? 2:30?
So Tuesday.
Tuesday,
Oh,
not
Tuesday.
2:30.
Okay. Same time.
Same time.
5:30. Okay. Cool. All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Good night, guys.
Very well.
Bye.